Today, let's discuss how to make your story compelling when we're sharing with others. There are lots of ideas for making a compelling story. Your support team will no doubt help you polish your story. But today, we'll get you started with some basic steps that will help you connect with others through your personal story. Great personal stories have three components. The first is the pain or problem phase. This is the before LifeVantage phase of the story. The problem phase is not intended to make you look great. In fact, it should share similar problems as the ones your target audience may have. Talk about what you did, what was frustrating about it, what were you looking for or wanting. For example, your story could start like this. For the last 10 years, I've been a real estate agent. Occasionally, I had good years financially, but I tended to live feast or famine. I would have a closing and have money in the bank, and then I might go a few months with nothing. In 2008, when the housing market crashed, it about wiped me out financially. I had no idea how I was going to pay my bills because the market just shut down. In 2 years, I had burned through all my savings and was considering starting over in a new career. I was a total stress case. A friend of mine actually talked to me about one of the products we'll talk about later. I told him I had no interest in being a network marketer, but I was open to trying the product. I had an incredible experience with the product and thought of a few people that I knew could really use it. You get the drift, right? Notice how many places there are for listeners to connect with my problems with their problems. The second phase is the cost of the problem. This establishes a few hard costs to the problems you discussed in step one. I might say something like this. Because I was so stressed, I was really hard to be around. It was impacting my marriage and my relationship with my kids, and I could feel it was impacting my health. Again, the purpose here is to establish some significant costs, both personal and financial, that were created by the problem. The third part of the story is the solution you discovered. This part of the story picks up from how and when you got started with LifeVantage and how it impacted your life so far. Specifically, address how it solved the problems you had in step one and alleviated the costs of the problems from step two. You might say, after trying the LifeVantage products for a week, I, and those around me, felt like it made big difference. So I decided to approach a few friends about what I thought LifeVantage could do for them. It's been 3 years, and today, include your results or how you feel about your future at this point. Write your story. What problems did LifeVantage solve or contribute to solving for you? What were the costs of those problems and path you were on? Finally, how did you decide to give LifeVantage a try? And what has been the result so far? Once you've written it down, practice it out loud at least 3 times. Your story should take less than 3 minutes to tell. Once you're finished practicing, call your sponsor and tell them your story. Ask them for suggestions on where you can improve and make any changes to your written story. This story will be a valuable tool when sharing LifeVantage products and opportunity.